I got some powder coat in the powder coat oven. Got a little dirty this morning. Not gonna lie, it took everything I had. I am freaking whooped already. Even if you can't forget, take a quick look at some of your regrets. Got to give a shout out to one of my followers, Gary Hirsch. He and his business partner, Jim, decided to get me a copy of Aspire to Teach. So now we've got that. I'm pretty excited. So we're going to be doing an Aspire 3D photo lesson today. How to convert a photo to an STL file. Oh. And then we're going to talk about custom fonts. And how to use those in a design. So something as simple as a design like this, Croft CNC with the proper setups. So we'll go over some of that. Got people messaging me, getting help on their flags. Oh, what do we got here? Okay, and this is what I do. I have to answer requests and all right, now back to business at hand. Is this music done yet? We got 3 minutes, guys. There we go. Right on, right on, right on. All right, let's get this started, guys. I got to do a quick one today. We're going to be in and out of here quick, like, because I got powder coat in the oven. I got to get a whole nother load in. I got to do a delivery, and then I got to pack to get down to Delaware to do a training and build a machine. Hopefully, I'll be back Monday, and things will be A-okay. Couple projects on the horizon. We got some metal work going out. We got a Black Rifle coffee ornament. We got a Death Wish coffee ornament. We've got a monogram all cut, powder coated, and going out. We got an infinity sign with Gone But Not Forgotten on it. We then did some signs for one company, and we invoiced another company. I invoiced another customer, and I sold an impact engraver. So all of that stuff is happening right now. That's crazy whenever you think about it. And then on top of it, we're doing the broadcast and trying to get that squared away. Once again, I have to give a huge shout out to my clients, Gary and Jim. They thought that it was appropriate to buy me a seat of Aspire 10.5 so that I could do some Aspire videos for you guys. One of the things that they asked for help with that they needed was turning pictures into 3D, like photograph pictures. And that can get a little rough sometimes. So here's the picture that they sent. That's what they want converted. I guess they have a client that wants that. So I like to go in and take a look at the picture, what we're going to have. So very first thing, we're just going to bring the picture in and convert it and see what we get. So we know we're going to be at 20, apply, close. We're going to go to modeling, and we're going to create a component. And it doesn't look too bad. You've got some highs, lows. That goes over top. Okay, not too bad. So rather than go through and convert this all into a textured background with the leaves and everything and kind of lose that perspective, one of the things we're going to do is we are going to use my probably most used tool. We're going to go over to this picture and we're going to open it with paint.net. Okay. And what you want to use is the lasso tool. And just give a quick rundown. Going down and around. And back up. And up, around. Let's call that part good. Okay. We're then going to go up to effects, and we're going to go Gustonian blur, and we're going to hit OK. Now that blurs that image and brings this up towards the forefront. Okay. There's a lot of different things you can do with this image to get it to function a little bit better. And one of the things that you can do is do the blur. You can actually change this to a black and white and take that background a little bit darker. So if you adjust black and white, then you go into brightness and contrast, and you take that brightness up quite a bit. Take that contrast, bring that contrast out a little. Let's bring up our color wheel. Let's see. We want to go more. We're going to take that color. That's now going to be our primary paintbrush. And we'll make that 100. Okay. And you can go in and clean out that whole background based on that coloration. Like that. And obviously you're going to take a lot more time to do it, and we'll zoom in and clean everything up and get in here. Like this is what sets a lot of my photos, my photo conversions off, is I'll go into the paintbrush. I'll take this down to a 10. And I'll go in and I'll clean up in between all these grass blades. And I'm doing it with a dark color because dark is going to get engraved down rather than up. So by knowing that, I can accentuate the grass and the elk. I'm going to come right across there. Something like that. We'll come back here. We're going to get that down in there. Now we'll come over to this edge and we'll kind of clean this edge up. And we'll come down. We'll bring it down right into here. Like that. Up and over. Okay. Okay, so now we go to view. We'll zoom to window. And you can see how I make that kind of pop. I can go right along the edge of the elk. Clean that up a little bit. There's that. We'll open up to like 20. We'll go through. And I'm not trying to get too much into it, but there's that. Right up along. It took me a minute. I thought this was a rock, and it's actually not. It's another elk. I zoomed in and I was cleaning up the picture, and I saw the eyeball right here. Okay. And we're going to zoom in on this bad boy. Go down into here. Take that brush down to about a 5. And we're really going to clean up this little detail right here. Then take that down to a 2. Really go down in there. We'll get down in here. Undo that. Okay. There's that. We'll get down in here. Open that. Go in there. Maybe clean up some of this. Um, we can clean up some of that horn right there and go around it. We could spend all kinds of time on this thing. But you see the closer you get. Now, let's do a little adjustment. Okay. And we're going to save this as a file, as a JPEG. Now, we're going to bring this into Aspire. We're going to open a bitmap. We're then going to size it up to 20. Close. We're going to go to modeling and we're going to create a component. Now, look at how much different that looks. Look right in here. You can really see the difference in how this elk looks. And now you can go through, and whenever you do that, you can actually could take this back again, and you see how this is a real hard edge. You can actually go through and give it a little blur. Let's see here. I guess we'll do the lasso tool. Come right around this area, and we're just going in. Okay. And we'll go back into effects. And we'll do a real light blur on it. Now, if you look at the picture, whenever I save as okay. Now we bring that in, make it 20, apply, close, center, close, 3D. Now look at how we got that to blur out a little more. It's not as hard of a line. And that's how you can get that really come to life. And then you can go through and add texture to it and all kinds of stuff. But one of the things you can do is you can go to this smoothing operation and you could take out some of the harshness, some of the detail. There we go. So look at that in comparison. You know, that looks a lot better. Whenever you start looking at this, but you could see the difference that that background texture makes, and just adding those little blurs. You know, you're blurred all the way back into here. And you could see how it helps it. And just going from there, that's how you can really accentuate a picture for a 3D carve. And you can come in and add. So this is based off of a 256 grayscale. So if you come in and you like what you have, but you want to add more to it, you zoom in down here. You do a color picker. All right. And now you change that tool to a paintbrush and you assign it a 5. Okay. And then you come in and assign it a 2. Like that. And you can actually go in and start manipulating based on the color and the gradient. So you can go in and make her a little bit darker through here, just on the edge. Okay. You can make that a little bit whiter, a little bit darker. Like right in here, that's kind of lost. So we can zoom in on this and just kind of follow that down and around. And now that'll add a very steep accentuation right in that area. Okay, so now now we'll go in. We're going to give a little bit of white in here and clean that up. And I might have to go in and select that. Okay. Let's make this what I'm doing here is using what's called an opacity brush. And if I go back over this, I can actually darken that up much, much more, giving different texture. And making that black. And by making that black, we'll save another one. And we'll import that. Thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate it. So we've got this one we're going to delete. We're going to import this one, make it 20. Take that to 3D. Now look at the depth that I cleared out there. Okay. That's how you can accentuate certain things. By certain colors, you can accentuate a photograph. And by accentuating the photograph, you can thereby make a better carve. And it's based off of how dark do you have your background is how deep this will go. So if I didn't want this as pronounced of a carve right in here, I could take that back out to a gray. We can delete that one, but you can see here, look at how that accentuated right in there where I put the white, and that really brought that up. And then I could go back and I could dust this with like a darker gray right in here. And if I do that, I can play around with the elk itself and get more detail around its eye, in its ear, around its horns, different stuff like that. And, you can spend days working on a photograph like that just to get it to turn. But, I mean, let's, there. I mean, you can see the changes in it. You've got right here around the ear. I would probably work that quite a bit. Get that hump right there and around, and go from there. But you could see how the different colors and tonalities affect a picture. Okay. And that really is all there is to getting a good carve like that, is just playing around with the depths of color, the smoothing, and everything like that. Um, and then we talked about uh, finding fonts. These bundle font places, um, Pixello, font bundles, design bundles, stuff like that, they usually have a really good blowout on uh, miscellaneous fonts. Okay. And these are typically either an OTF or a TTF um, type font. Sometimes you get a WWOTF. Uh, that's not great, but it is what it is. Um, but you can really make something out of a lot of these different typefaces. And I got the whole family set, 150 different fonts for $39. They didn't give it to me to promote them. It's just I know these different scripts and stuff, and I'll use them. This one and this one are some of my favorites. I love the Chicano style font. Uh, Whenever it comes to creating something, so what I'll do is I'll go in, I'll pull in. Okay. Chicano. And we'll type in CHRIS. Okay. So now I can go in, centered. Let's bold that just so we get some thicker lines in there. And then we'll go ahead and cancel that, turn that. So now this is where things differ for me, is I will go into my Design Edge in my Plasma system. I can't pull that up right now. I have something I'm working on for a group that I don't really want to put anything out there for. So I'm not going to pull up my Design Edge. I'm going to do this the hard way. And we'll go into Node Edit. Okay. Now we'll clip all that. Okay. Now, this is just a matter of zooming in and zooming out and getting all your overruns. Because I bolded. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. Now we're just going to keep going in and cleaning the overlaps up. Okay. We need to clear that. We don't like that, so we'll go into Node Edit. We'll delete that. We'll trim that. Okay. There. All right. Now it looks pretty good, but there's a lot to be done still. You've got that crossover. You got big crossover there and there. And I don't need that. Okay, so that looks pretty clean. But if we go into Vector Validator, search for intersections, no zero link spans. We've got all the vectors are squared away there. Now let's check our intersections again. Okay. So there's that. Control All, select. Control All. And we're going to pull all this crap in. Okay. Now, vector validates good. Closed vectors. And that, my friends, is how I use a prefab font bundle to make a setup like this. And then you can actually take and move different font accents in. So if I click on this and I go to, oh, what did I name that? What did I name that? Tattoo font bundles. Okay. So this comes in an OTF and a TTF. But if you look, they have some add-ons and stuff. So I need to see where those are at, or if they're a part of it. Okay. So that's Swash. Okay. So we can go to Familia. And we can actually do a bunch of different add-ons with that. But you have to go into the special characters, and typically what I'll do is I will design something, and this will go to text, and we'll make it something large and obscene like that. And then I'll actually go through and let's see here. Sorry, I have a customer stopping by. Actually, Mark Hammerhead, that you guys see on here all the time, will be in my area today. He's going to stop in and say hi. So now you basically have a bunch of different font families that you can get to. You know, you can do a bunch of different stuff, and then you can add the swooshes to it and go from there. So that's a real simple font setup for today. All right, guys. Let's see. Here's some swooshes. This is like different effects you can add to the fonts and stuff like that. So we got a tribal. We could do something like that. We could definitely do something like that. I like that. FTW. Get it tattooed like right here. Okay, so now we could do something like that. Take this, Control Copy V, move it up, Control Copy V, move it down. Do something like that. FTW, FTF. So that, my friends, is your font lesson, how to get cheap fonts, where to get them. Like I said, this one right here, this right now is probably one of the best setups. So that's just me. I recommend you go out and get it. It'll enhance you and go from there. That's your lesson for today. Later on.